This is for Jamshed. He is in Oman. But due to some unforeseeable circumstances, he wasn't able to join us today. So I'm recording for him. Okay, let me start the training. So today what I will do, as I told before, because all of you have already taken the demo class from me, except from Rizwan. So Rizwan, in research analysis project, we have 3 parts. So today we are going to do part 1, and Harvard referencing system I'm going to explain you. So most of mentors, what they do, normally they write comments in chat box. They're giving notes like that, but that I'm not going to do. I will share my notes in the shape of Word file, Microsoft Word file, so that you can refer to it later. Because I know it's quite difficult to refer to your notes in Skype chat box later. So that's why I prepared all my notes in Word file. And let me
Okay,
open.
understand. Thank you.
Okay, and let me open also one sample, so I can also illustrate what I'm doing. That was from this guy. I have one sample. List of reference research analysis project sample. Okay, the other one. This one. Okay, so just few seconds. Yeah. Okay. This is okay. I'm hearing a little bit noise here. Can you guys do one thing? Can you mute your sounds if you don't mind? And if you have anything, you can write in comment box. Because these voices are disturbing me. I meant to say I can't hear. You all of you guys just need to mute your sounds, huh? Yeah, guys, all of you mute your sounds already. Because I'm still hearing some noise, this mobile noise especially. Okay, now it's a little bit better. If you have anything or if you have any concerns, you can write in comment box. I will be there. Okay. Okay. Now let me see. So brother, see, these are my notes. Rap report. See, the rap report which I'm discussing. This is your research analysis report. This I'm talking about. Part 1, part 2, and everything. Let me see who's nobody wrote. Okay. So this is a research analysis project. So I'm talking about this one. This report should be 7,000 to 7,500 words count. I meant to say it shouldn't be more than 7,500 words and it shouldn't be less than 7,000 words. So that was one thing. Then you will also have to prepare skill and learning statement. Okay guys, if see for example, if you're unable to hear my voice and you're also writing something in comment box and I'm unable to check or I didn't check, then you can unmute yourself and you can ask questions. But anyway, normally you can write in comment box. Okay. For research analysis report, you have to write at least 7,000 words, but you shouldn't exceed more than 7,500 words. This is first thing. If you do, then the examiner will fail you. He won't give you grade C. Because the minimum grade which you required in order to pass your BSc thesis is grade C. And the highest which you can get is grade A. And I'm here to help you guys or to guide you to get grade A. It's quite easy. It's not much difficult. You have only some strategies are there which you need to follow and some rules are there. Okay, skills and learning statement, which I already told all of you, apart from Rizwan, that you will need to prepare skill and learning statement. And there should be no more than 2,000 words and at least 1,800 words you need to write. How you will have to write that I will guide you. So today is first class. I will share the essential details. Then we will start part 1 And then we will do Harvard referencing system, which is quite important thing in order to pass your thesis. Okay, what other three documents apart from rap report and skill and learning statement? These are list of reference I already showed you and explained you. Annexures, presentation. All of these things we will go one by one in detail. Now intro page. If you see this my let me choose the best one. First, what you have to do on your first page of your rap report, you have to make a paragraph. Sorry, made an intro page like this one. So what details you will include in your introduction paper? These details will be Oxford, like if you can see this one, Oxford Brookes University Research Analysis Project, Business and Financial Performance of General Motors. This is my selected company over a 3-year period, 2016 to 2018. As I told you, most of you guys are going to take topic 8 because this is the easiest topic which you can do at home. I meant to say you don't have to perform field visit. All information is available on the internet. Okay. So in that case, the financial statements, or in other words, the annual reports which you're going to select will be for 2016, 2017, 2018. Because for 2019, no annual reports are published yet. And as per the information pack PDF file which I received, and I also explained you guys, you are only required to use that annual report which is issued within the 90 days of the submission period. So our submission period will be from May 1st to May 13th. So if you count 3 months, then April is gone, March is gone, Feb is gone. So if the annual report is issued before 31st of January, then you are required to use that annual report. So no annual report is issued yet. If you take examples like global companies, one of the global company I can show you, BMW, say for example, if I just want to download BMW Group 2019 annual report, in other words, financial reports, I won't be able to download 2019 because not published yet. The most latest available annual report is for 2018. So you are not required to look for 2019 annual report, even you won't find it. Okay, so the annual reports which you're going to use will be 2016, 2017, 2018. Then your word count, how many words you wrote. That will come here, your mentor, like here Tahir, you will write my name. Registration number, it will be your registration number. And the same thing I wrote here. Intro page, Oxford Brookes University Research Analysis Project, Business and Financial Performance of, say for example, BMW, your selected company, over a 3-year period, 2016 and 2018. Just 1 minute. Sir, please search for Mercedes annual reports. Ahmed Khwaja, I will do for it, but if you say, yeah, these things you have to do, na, Ahmed Khwaja. But anyhow, if you're saying Mercedes annual report 2018, you meant to say for 2018 or overall you're saying? Because all annual reports you have to download from the company's website. Why it's not opening here? I don't know. Okay, it's opening here. See, Ahmed Khwaja just downloaded annual report. It's quite easy. You have to Google it. So this work you have to do. It's quite easy. You just have to write Mercedes annual report 2018 or 2017 or 2016. See, PDF file will come here. I'm just downloading. I press 3 times, so 3 times I'm downloading. So this you have to do, and I will explain in detail what you have to do with annual report in our part 3. I will explain each and everything quite detailed, so I will make it extremely easy for you to pass your thesis. So that was another thing. Now we'll come back. Okay, now we come back. Okay, then word count 7200. This I just wrote as a nominal. Your actual word count will appear here. Mentor, you will write my name, Ukas Asghar, registration number 576. Your ACC registration number. Your ACC registration number will come here. So that was intro page. See, I have already shared with you samples apart from Albert, Ahmed Khwaja, Rizwan. I have shared the sample to this guy, Mr. Foreigner. I have shared with him. And Mr. Albert, I will share with you. And Rizwan and Ahmed, I will also share with you once I receive the payment. And I will also share the notes with you later. So, what I will do once I finish today's session, I will also share this Microsoft Word file with you, so that you don't keep on asking me the same thing, because you will have notes, well prepared notes, you can refer it. Whatever I'm explaining, all things will be here, so it will be quite easy for you. Now we will come to table of contents. Part 1, project objective and overall research approach. Part 2, information gathering and accounting and business techniques. Part 3, project objective and sorry, I think I forgot to change the part. It's actually analysis, conclusion and recommendation. That I will change now. Analysis, conclusion and recommendation. So that was my small mistake. I forgot to do this. Come here. Now it's good. So once you prepare your introduction page like this one, then you have to prepare your table of contents. What things you have to include already given in my notes. Okay, and today we will talk about part 1, so I'm going to discuss the parts contents. In our next class we will do part 2, and in other one we will do part 3. Then I will explain each and everything here. But once we finish today's session, you have to prepare introduction page, and the second will be table of contents. Then all of these things should appear in your table of contents. And in our next classes, we will do each and everything in more detail, and I will purposely make it quite easy for you to pass part 3, because the most of us part as per students are part 3, but quite easy. It's not quite difficult. I meant to say, if you follow rules and there are some strategies, and I purposely made part 3 quite easy for students, because I know most of the students suffer, I meant to say, struggle here. And most of mentors, they are also not able to guide students, because only very skillful mentor can guide you in part 3. Okay, now part 1. Project objective and overall research approach. Reasons for topic selection. Say for example, you have to give reasons why you selected topic 8. Reasons for company selection. Why, I meant to say, you selected topic 8, which is business and financial analysis. Then why you selected General Motors, BMW and Mercedes. You have to provide reasons. I'm also going to guide you. Company introduction. Then say for example, you selected BMW. You have to give some background and what types of information you have to give there. I will explain now within few minutes. Industry introduction. Say for example, if you selected BMW, BMW belongs to automobile industry. Then you also have to give introduction. What you will have to write, I will tell you. What's your research analysis project objectives? What is your research analysis framework? So without I meant to say wasting our time, we will come to part 1 directly, because in this class, as I said, we will focus on part 1 and Harvard referencing system. Quite important thing. Most of the mentors, what they do, quite stupid thing, because I know my mentor, he did the same thing with me. Once we finish part 3, then that guy, he's telling us what is Harvard referencing system. I meant to say he's supposed to tell us immediately after part 1, or if possible before part 1, but I'm doing this after part 1. And what is Harvard referencing system, why we are using, I will tell you the importance once we finish part 1. But it should be done, I meant to say mentors should teach their students or should guide their students regarding Harvard referencing system immediately after part 1, because you need that knowledge for part 1, for part 2 and for part 3. Why, I will explain you. But before that, I will explain part 1 contents. Okay, part 1 project, objective, and overall research approach. So I'm going to open the best of the best thesis. So in this way you will write. After you write your table of contents, just 1 minute, someone message me, no. Yeah, after you write table of contents, I meant to say after you prepare table of contents, okay, this will be heading, but I will tell you how to how you should write heading. Heading shouldn't be one page heading, no. The heading which you will, I meant to say write, it will be a little bit different. I will show you later. Okay, first you have to write reason for choosing the topic. In exact this format, your reasons will come. Then reason for selecting the corporation. Exactly in this way you will write. And what you have to write, I will guide you shortly. Company and industry analysis. About the company, in this way you will write. About the industry. And these few graphs you have to prepare. From where you will take information, what you have to write, I will guide you. Wrap objectives, wrap framework, and then finish. Congrats. Your part 1 will be finished. So it's quite easy. So now I'm going to explain these things in today's session and Harvard referencing system. Okay, now I will come back to my notes, which I will share with you once we finish over today's session. Reasons for topic selection. Okay, what font size you have to use for this heading? You have to use font size Arial 14. And it should be bold. All over headings should be in bold. Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Hello?
Yeah, foreigner, tell me. You can also type. Yeah, tell me.
Basically, we have to, before we want to start, we have to open a fresh Microsoft Word sheet and then start creating the project 1 by 1 as we proceed.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. By default. Okay. Okay. And for if possible, you can also write, because I just got scared because suddenly your voice came. So you can also add, but no issue. Okay. It's okay. Fine. As I said, if I'm not replying, you can also talk. No issue. Okay. Now I will focus. Yeah. Here. Reasons for topic selection. So this will be our heading, and all of our heading by default will be bold. By bold, I meant to say you need to press this B button. Bold. Make your text bold. Okay. Okay. The font size will be Arial 40. Arial. And the size will be 14. As I wrote here. Okay. Then you have to write 2 paragraphs, each 4 lines. And for these 2 paragraphs, your font style will be Arial, but the size will be 12. And the line spacing will be 1.5. Line spacing, I meant to say here, this one. You have to select 1.5. Okay, now I'm giving you tips. So for the reasons which you will write for topic selection. Reasons can be personal, it can be professional. I already shared with some samples with you. And in that sample, you can see what personal and professional reasons they wrote. And you can write those ones, but you have to do paraphrasing. By paraphrasing, I meant to say you will use synonyms, which means different words with similar meaning. So what can be our personal and professional reasons for selecting topics? I will give you one example. This sample I can't share with you, with whom I'm referring now, because it's one of my students' sample. I meant to say one of my students' work, and he didn't submit his thesis yet. So I can't share his sample, but yes, foreigner and all of you, I just got to one thesis from one of my friend. I meant to say he's a lecturer at Scans College in Lahore, Pakistan. That thesis is grade A thesis. So that thesis I will also share with you guys, and we will follow that thesis. The sample which I shared with you also quite good, grade 1, but that's a little bit very advanced level. And the sample which I'm going to share with you after today's session, Albert also with you, and with Rizwan and Ahmed Khwaja, I will share with you later. That format we will follow. The reason, because that's quite simple, very easy to follow it and to get grade A. So I'm going to refer from this current sample, which you can see on your screen, but I'm not going to share with you this thesis, because this thesis is one of my student, and he just submitted his thesis. He didn't get his result yet, so it's quite confidential, but I'm sharing with you. That was one thing. Second, after today's session, I will share with you grade A thesis, which you will follow. Okay, one question came. So I didn't get the Harvard referencing system. Foreigner, the reason you didn't get Harvard referencing system because I didn't share yet. Immediately after part 1, I will teach you Harvard referencing system. Then that Microsoft Word file I'll also share with you, with Mr. Albert and with Rizwan and Khwaja later. Okay. So if you see, what's the name? I forgot. Foreigner. Where I keep that one in my training. Yeah, you can open that one. Just 1 minute. Yes, Foreigner. This is Harvard referencing system Word file, which I will teach you today and also share with you. Okay, let me come to our part 1 so that we can finish it first. Okay. So I was about to tell you the personal and professional reasons for selecting topic. This you can also refer to my samples, but Rizwan and Ahmed Khwaja don't have one. I will share with you later. But Albert and with Albert you also don't have. I will share with you also. But for you have, you can also refer to that one. So I'm going to tell you personal and professional reasons of choosing the topic, whatever topic you choose. So I'm going to read it. Since I became a student of ACCA, this has been one of my favorite topics. I'm talking about topic 8, which is business and financial analysis. And as now I have got an opportunity from also Brookes University to apply what I have learned, I would like to avail this chance to select the topic in order to further enhance my knowledge and skills. So that was my personal reason. So it's 3.5 lines, but I told you 4 lines in my notes, but it's okay. At least it's 3.5 lines. Huh? So if you see, I follow this strategy. But here you can see this guy wrote 3 paragraphs instead of 2. That is also okay. But try to write 2 paragraphs only. One you can write personal reason, one you can write professional reason. Because that third paragraph there was no need. If you write, that can affect your word count. You shouldn't write more than 7,500 word count. So once you finish your thesis, if you want to write one more reason, you can write. But first over preference should be to complete our thesis. Then you can make changes where you want. So that's why we will only write 2 paragraphs. Okay. Now this is professional reason he wrote. A financial professional not only needs to have a very comprehensive knowledge of international financial reporting standards, international accounting standards, but he or she must also have a deep insight about his or her corporation, the industry it does its business in, its controllable and uncontrollable factors, correlation of these factors and their very effects on the company. So this is professional reason he meant to say. That's why he selected topic 8, so that he can do business and financial performance and so on. One more personal reason I think he wrote. He or she should also be able to think creatively, understand the variants affecting its company's efficiency in terms of both finance and operation. Actually, these 2 paragraphs are relevant. A thesis of topic 8, an analysis of business and financial performance of a company over a period of 3 years for Oxford Brookes University BSc will improve such analytic skills. So these are the that was personal, and these 2 paragraphs were professional reasons. So you can write in this way. Okay, now I will come to my notes back. These notes I will share with you by the end of today's session. Reason for company selection. Again, this heading for this heading will be bold, and the font style will be Arial 14. Then you will write 2 paragraphs. Each will be then you will write 2 paragraphs, each 4 lines. Font style again 12. Line spacing will be 1.5. By line spacing I meant to say this one. Okay, tips for the reasons. Any 2 of the followings. So, why you selected this company? You have to give 2 reasons. And for each reason you will write 1 paragraph. And in each of your paragraph will be consist of I meant to say will consist of 4 lines. Okay, what tips, what reasons can you write? Company, industry, employment, personal. So I will show you one sample. So how this guy wrote. I think this is all. Okay, if you see here, na, this one is coming, Minimer 2018. This is Harvard referencing. This I'm going to teach you. That's why I say, because he took this information from one website, and on that website, that article, the guy who wrote, whose name was Miner. So that's why I told mentors should teach Harvard referencing immediately after part 1. I don't know why they're teaching after part 3. Okay. Reason for selecting the corporation. I have selected GM. By GM I meant to say General Motors. To enhance my knowledge in an automobile industry, in order to better my performance at workplace while rendering my internal auditor services to my automobile company. That guy meant to say he's working at an automobile company. So that's why he selected automobile company, which is GM. As I have to deal with a wide range of financial audit tasks where having a deep insight in an automobile industry can prove to be an important asset. So that was his professional reason, but that relates to company. That company is quite attractive to him. So that subject he used. Okay, we will come back to our, yeah. Apart from enhancing my knowledge and skills, I have chosen this enterprise as it has been the largest American car manufacturer and one of the world's largest automobile makers, closely followed by Ford. So, these types of reasons you can write. The third reason he's writing, GM is manufacturing some of the first economic electrical automobiles for the everyday customer. The company has also maintained an environment-friendly strategy across its supply chain, saving over 300,000 metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions annually. So you got my point. So in this way you can write. You can say that these companies are able to provide a lot of you can employment to local community. And personal reasons, say for example, I like American vehicles, I have drive here, this and that, so I always like General Motors, so that's why I prefer this company. Industry, automobile industry is very big industry, and so on. Okay, now company introduction. Again, the heading will be bold, font style Arial 14. Okay, you have to write 2 to 3 paragraphs each, 4 to 5 lines. Font style again Arial 12, line spacing 1.5. Tips. Regarding company introduction, you have to tell about the place where that company is located, history of company, where the company is listed, I meant in New York Stock Exchange, etc. Products and services, mark what your company provide. I meant what is the company's products and services. Market leader, whether the company is market leader in its own industry like GM. Top 5, whether the company comes under top 5, whether it's a multinational company, and other important information. I will show you one sample, one I meant to say sample in how you can write, like General Motors. Company industry analysis about the company. GM was founded in 1908 in Flint, Michigan by William Donat, and its fast success allowed the corporation to purchase a variety of smaller yet popular automobile entities, most notably Buick and Cadillac. Under the administration of Alfred P. Sloan, the company became the largest vehicle maker in the globe. And also he made the enterprise less bureaucratic in order to make the company more effective in running its operations. Pilot Guides 2019. This guy took this information from Pilot Guides 2019. I also let you know. This is Harvard referencing. I will teach you later. GM designs, manufactures, and sells cars, trucks, and automobile parts. It also offers automotive financing services through GM Financial. The company does its business through the following segments: GM North America, GM International, GM Financial. It sells automobiles under an array of brands, namely Chevrolet, Cadillac, Bojan, and this information this guy took from Money CNC 2019. So if you see, quite easy. But this guy just wrote 2 paragraphs. It's okay. 4 to 5 lines. Okay. Font style was Arial 12, line spanning 1.5. But he didn't address each and everything. It's okay. But he gives the history of the company, place, products and services, team leader, multinational company, more than enough. He almost touched each and everything apart from listed. He can say this company is listed in New York Stock Exchange and other stock exchange also, but he didn't say, but still okay. Now we will come to industry introduction. Since General Motors, since General Motors belongs to automobile industry, we will talk about automobile industry, but we are going to talk about American automobile industry since General Motor is an American vehicle. Okay, introduction, industry introduction. Again, the heading will be bold. Font style Arial 14. Okay, there for industry introduction, you have to do three things. A, you will have to write 2 to 3 paragraphs, each 4 to 5 lines. Font style will be Arial 12 and line spanning 1.5. It will be standardized. I meant to say for each of your paragraphs, it's standardized, but I will keep on repeating until part 3. I have to repeat it. So, in order to make it quite easy for you, tips. So regarding industry introduction, some tips I gave you. Industry significance. You can tell the American automobile industry significance in terms of GDP. Employment. You can say because of this automobile industry almost, or you can say in America, automobile industry is currently providing employment to around about, you can say, 300,000 people in this way, and that company is paying corporation tax which federal government is using to provide social services. So it can be anything. You just need to tell industry significance in the terms of GDP, employment and tax. Then a little bit history, ministry, regulatory authority which controlling automobile industry, peer companies means competitors. You also have to tell the competitors in automobile industry what are the how many companies are there. You can say since you're choosing GM, you can say Ford, Chrysler, and so on. Any other major issues, etc. You can tell the any major issues like environmental issues which automobile industry is facing nowadays pertaining to carbon dioxide emissions. Okay, first we will discuss this part. I want to show you how this guy wrote these paragraphs. So if you see, this guy wrote 3 paragraphs, and I already said 2 to 3 paragraphs, 4 to 5 lines. So this guy did that one, exactly that he did. Okay, for almost a century, the automobile industry in the United States has been dominated by the 3 automobile corporations, also called as the Big Three, namely Ford, GM, and Chrysler. GM always has been ahead in the automobile sector, closely followed by Ford and Chrysler. And this information this guy took from Cafferillo 2019. This is Harvard referencing, I will tell you later. In 2018, not only the US sold 1.8 million new light vehicles and 131,200 medium and heavy trucks to more than 200 markets around the globe, but also exported automotive parts amounting to $88.5 billion. And this information he got from Select USA 2019. Since 1982, when Honda inaugurated its first US manufacturing plant, almost every major Korean, Japanese, and European automobile manufacturer has produced cars and invested over $75 billion in America. The the US affiliates of majority foreign-owned automotive corporations provide over 400,000 US jobs. Select USA 2019. So if you see how many things I covered, I mentioned how many things this guy covered. He told industry significance in terms of GDP and employment. History he also told. Competitors he also told. Only major issues, ministry and regulatory authority he didn't discuss, but still okay. Because these are tips. I, I didn't meant to say that you have to touch each and every point. but you have to at least talk majority of them. He touched this one, second history, peer companies. Yeah, at least half he did. So more than good enough. Okay, so the second thing which we will do in our industry analysis, which is B, line graph. You have to prepare line graph. Line graph regarding what? Total revenue comparison of top 3 USA automobile corporations. Yes. So what are ministry or regulatory issues? See, Ahmad Khwaja, what happens in America, there are some regulatory bodies for automobile. I meant to say they have instructions to automobile companies that you have to produce environment friendly vehicles, and at the same time there can also be some instructions regarding labor rights. I meant to say you shouldn't pay below minimum wage, and at the same time the working conditions should be healthy. I meant to say the working conditions should be good, shouldn't be poor. So these types of regulations the company have to follow. Each company have to follow. I meant to say regulatory bodies are those one who set the rules, and the company in that industry have to follow it. The rules can be anything. Like in Germany, I tell you one thing. There was one scandal with Volkswagen. As per the regulatory body in the European Union, there are some instructions to Volkswagen that whatever vehicle they produce, their carbon dioxide emission shouldn't exceed, say for example, dash dash. But that happened, so they fined Volkswagen. So that I meant to say, regulatory bodies are there to regulate the companies with certain rules. It can be environmental, it can be labor rights, it can be anything. So you can just name the regulatory body in the United States of America. I'm giving example for General Motors, who regulating automobile companies. So more than good enough. All we have to do is just name the ministry or regulatory bodies in the industry of your company. That's it. Nothing more than that. You can say, for example, regulatory body USA, BWA, etc. is responsible to make sure that General Motors is complying with environmental laws and human and working and labor rights. Enough. I meant to say that's all. You don't have to write much about it. All I meant to say, you just need to give the regulatory authority name or any ministry if involved. Actually, all these two things are same one. Nothing more difference. Okay, now line graph. Total revenue comparison, because here I selected General Motors. So I'm going to take only top three US automobile corporations. Okay. Line graph you have to prepare. Here this guy, he prepared bar graph. But no, you're not going to prepare bar graph, you will prepare line graph. It's quite easy. You can prepare if you don't know how to prepare, you can use YouTube or Google. It can help you out to prepare line graph. Okay. Total revenue comparison of top 3 US automobile corporations. You selected companies, or in other words, you selected companies, country, and peers. Say for example, if someone is selected Mercedes, then he have to select top 3 USA automobile corporations. Okay, one paragraph, 4 to 5 lines, font style Arial 12, line spacing 1.5. Or if you want, you can also prepare this bar graph, but I will recommend try to prepare line graph. And then say for example from where he took revenue for GM, for Ford, for Chrysler for the years 2016, 2017 and 18. He took data from annual report. So you will write GM, Ford, Chrysler annual report 2019, 2016, 2018. More than good enough. Now he is also explaining it. From 2016 to 2018, Ford had, just 1 minute here. From 2016 to 2018, Ford had higher sales revenue compared to both GM and Chrysler except of 2016. Okay, this is Ford. If you see, apart from 2016, Ford has the higher revenue compared to GM and Ford. Okay, Chrysler's revenue rose throughout the period, leading to an overall increase of 8% as compared to Ford 6%, and in case of GM there was a 12% decline in sales. This difference you have to calculate by yourself, because revenue, if you see, Chrysler's revenue continued to rise by 8%, and Ford's revenue also continued to rise apart from 2017. I meant it, no, it's decline. Yeah, first it declined, then it increased. Okay, I will answer, just 1 minute. And in case of GM, there was a 12% decline in sales. This is GM, and if you see, GM's revenue declined by end of 2018. And yeah, sorry, I was wrong. Yeah, Ford revenue keep on increasing by 6%. Yeah, who told me? So what are ministry and regulatory issues? No, this I think I answered. No. Sorry, I received message through WhatsApp. Okay, I thought this Skype. Okay, next one. Now C. If you come to my notes, okay, C will be. Sorry, I did mistake. It won't be line graph. It will be bar graph. That's why I was thinking how it can be. See, this will be your bar graph. You have to prepare bar graph, not line graph. Same like this one. And I will. It's quite easy to prepare bar graph. The heading should be like that: total revenue comparison of top 3 US automobile corporations. Say for example, if you're taking courier companies like DHL and Courier, Rizwan, I think you didn't attend my demo class. Once we finish this today's session, I will guide you regarding the topics and the sectors which OBU instructed us to take for topic 8 and 15 for submission period 40. I will guide you later once I finish this session with others. I will give you my time, extra time for this one. For others, also for Albert and Khwaja and Forna, you already took my demo class, so you have idea. Okay. You can also write total revenue comparison of top 3 or top 2 courier of top 2 European courier companies, courier like DHL, or delivery companies like DHL and FedEx. I'm just giving example. It can be anyone. You can also say total revenue comparison of top 3 Japanese or Japan Automobile Corporation. It can be Nissan, Toyota, Mitsubishi, whatever. It's quite easy, not very difficult one. Okay, now what we covered? We covered bar graph. Now we are coming to pie chart. Market share 2016 to 2018. Again, this will be revenue. Let me read first. Market share year 2016, 2018. This is financial year. By FY, I meant to say financial year. And you will keep on using this one because it helps you to reduce your word count. Market share financial year 2016 to 2018 of top 3 US automobile corporations. In other words, your selected companies, country, and peers. Peers means competitors. One paragraph you will have to write for this pie chart, 4 to 5 lines. Font style will be Arial 12 and line spacing will be 1.5. Oh, just 1 minute. Yeah, everyone with me. There's one more than 2 others on this call. Okay. Okay. So you will prepare your pie chart exactly in this way. So again, where I took this information from, the pie chart you will create on the basis of revenue, as I wrote here. Market share. Okay, I didn't wrote here, but I will write for you. Market share will be based on your revenue. And revenue figures I took from GM, Ford, Chrysler annual report 2016, 2017 and 2018. It's quite easy. I can give you one example for that. How I came to these percentages? Quite easy one. Let me open one Excel file. I will show you the formula. And that formula or that example I will also include in my this notes. I didn't include here. Actually, I updated my notes, so few things I forgot to also include because I keep on simplifying my notes so it can help my students. So say for example GM, this I'm talking about 2016. GM revenue, say for example $15 billion. For Ford, say for example, is $10 billion. And for Chrysler, it's just $7 billion. Now I have to take market share of each one of these companies. So we don't have to see other automobile companies or other foreign automobile companies who have their subsidiaries or branches in USA. No. Just take revenue of these three companies. Imagine this is GM revenue for 2016, $15 billion, $10 billion, $7 billion. Now how I will calculate the percentage? Quite easy, just take total. This formula I will also give you later. So the total is 32. Now if I want to take percentage, I need to take percentage of GM $15 billion revenue out of 32. Quite easy. Just divide 15 by 32. Okay. And then same 10 divided by 32. 7 divided by 32. Okay, I will convert these into percentages. Come on. Okay, percentages. Yeah. So for GM 47%, Ford 31%, Chrysler 22%. In total they are 100%, if you can see here. So in the same way, what you will do, you will write GM's 26 revenue here, Ford here, Chrysler here, and you will take sum. After that, you will take percentage of GM 50. After that, you have to calculate percentage for GM revenue, which you can do like this one. You will divide GM revenue by total revenue. So quite easy. I will also share this formula with you. In this way, you will create pie chart. So pie chart, if you don't know how to create, is quite easy. As I said, these are very basic skills. And if you don't know, you can take help of YouTube and Google. But I can show you some simple and small example here because we are short of time. But I can't show you, it will take time. Okay, so you just take help from YouTube and Google. It's quite easy. I meant to say you can easily create any pie chart within matter of seconds. Since we are short of time, I also need to teach you this hardware referencing system, so I not do that one for you. So okay, then you need to explain it. While comparing the top 3 automobile makers in terms of their respective sales percentage, it could be ascertained that Ford had a greater proportion of market from 35% to 37%. Okay, 35% to 37%. This I meant to say here. For 2016 and 2017 I'm talking about. Then, while GM's market share fell from 38% to 34%, 38% to 34%. And Chrysler sales rose its comparative market share during the period from 27% to 29%, 27% to 29%. Just 1 minute here. Who's keep on WhatsApping me? Okay, these are someone else, I think. Okay, so quite easy. If you see, I didn't need enough. I meant I didn't struggle a lot. So these things, these samples, I will also share because the sample which I share with you, possibly these things are not there. I think these maybe in Merit Hotel these pie charts and bar charts are there, but anyhow these screenshot I will also share with you later. Once we finish today's session, I will also share these pie charts and the explanations. Exact in this way you have to write. If you write in exact this way, then one thing is confirmed, that you can easily get grade A for your part 1. So in industry analysis, what you have to do, I'm explaining again. Okay, industry introduction, not analysis, sorry. Industry introduction, again the heading will be bold, font style Arial 14. A, you have to write 2 to 4 paragraphs regarding the introduction of the industry of your chosen company, each 4 to 5 lines, font style Arial 12, line spacing 1.5, tips I already explained you. B, then you have to prepare bar graph. It will be regarding total revenue comparison of top 3 US automobile corporations. In other words, you selected companies, country and peers. One paragraph you will write for it, 4 to 5 lines, font style Arial 12, line spacing 1.5. Quite easy. Pie chart. C, pie chart, market share, 20 market share, financial year 2016 to 2018, market share, financial year, let me write here, otherwise I will forget. Okay, now it's easy. Pie chart, market share, okay, revenue for 2016 to 2018 of top 3 US automobile corporations. You select the company's country and peers. Peers means competitors. For that, for pie chart, you will write one paragraph, 4 to 5 lines, font style Arial 12, line spacing 1.5. So see, quite easy. These notes I will share with you. So there will be no need for you guys to keep on asking me the same question because I can't reply. Because I will, whatever you will ask from me, I will keep on saying you one thing. Refer to my notes, refer to my notes. And this will be quite helpful. Say for example, after 1 month or after 1.5 months, you're just about to send me your rep presentation, list of reference and other documents. So you can use my notes as a checklist whether you did all those things which I told you to do so. In this way it will help me out to evaluate your thesis and other relevant documents. The reason I prepare these notes not only to help you guys but also to help myself. So it reduces my evaluation time and it also reduces your stress level during the last 3 months. That's why I prepare these notes and I will share with you. And I am explaining in these notes each and everything in quite detail. Okay. Now, okay, this is last part of for second last part for our part 1. Wrap objectives. Again, this heading will be bold. Font style Arial 14. Arial. Font style will be Arial. Size will be 14. You will have to write 4 objectives. Must. Not more, not less. Okay. For your 4 objectives, the font style. Yeah, one question came. So what are many? Somebody, so can I see slide of about company tips? End of class, I need to read again. No issue, Khwaja. I will share with you. Okay. Anything else? No. Okay. I will share with you, Khwaja. No issue. Yeah, foreigner, tell me you're writing something. Ahmed, no worries. Ahmed Khwaja, I will share these notes with you through my email address. I meant to say I will send these notes to your email address. You just share your email address in WhatsApp, not here. So I haven't done EPSM. How long does it? Foreigner, it will take 1 hour, 1.5 hour. Quite easy. I finished this EPSM module within 1.5 hour. Quite easy. No issue. I meant to say you can start tomorrow. Say for example, if you start by 1 p.m. tomorrow, you can finish maximum by 3 p.m. provided you spend your 2 hours. Quite easy. Cases, some cases studies will be there, multiple choice answers, only things like that. Okay, for now, on this email address I will share, no issue. Okay. Okay, now I will continue. Sorry, because I came from office, my energy level is quite low, but anyhow I have to do, I took money, so I have to provide my services. Okay, you will write 4 objectives. You will write your 4 wrap objectives. Font style, again Arial, size 12, line spacing 1.5, this one. And you need to write in the form of bullet points. Tips. These are the bullet points I already wrote here for you. But please, don't copy and paste. If you do it, they found similar with, I meant to say these are the standard one which I'm sharing with my students for guidance purposes. Don't copy paste. You have to do paraphrasing, which means you need to use synonyms, different words with similar meaning. So you need to change these objectives. The main message will be same, but the way or the words you write will be different. Okay. Your first objective will be to use trend and ratio analysis in order to perform the financial analysis of a company. That will be first objective. Second, to conduct the performance comparison of a company with its competitor over a period of 3 years. Number 3, to to perform the business analysis of a company by using SWOT and PEST analysis. Number 4, I will explain these things later in part 3 when the time will come. Number 4, to provide some conclusions and recommendations which will be based on the analysis to be performed. So exactly in this way it will come. So there is no need to be afraid. Quite easy things. Quite easy things. So now we will come back to our notes. Yeah, I think WhatsApp came. Yeah, WhatsApp message. Okay. Now research analysis framework. Quite easy. Again, this is our heading, so it will be bold. Font style will be Arial, and the size will be 14. For RAP framework, you will write 2 paragraphs, each 4 to 5 lines, font style Arial, size 12, and line spacing 1.5. Tips. Exactly these are the standard framework for research analysis project. But you won't copy paste, you will do paraphrasing, which means you have to use synonyms which are different words with similar meanings, and keep on repeating, because if you do, the examiner will find out and he will fail you. Confirm. And if we find that there are more copy paste in your part 3, then they might remove you from ACC register. They can do it. So that's because OBU BSc Oxford Brookes is offering this degree in partnership with ACCA. So this is a part of ACCA qualification. So be careful. Once after this, I will explain you Harvard referencing, and then we will again come to part 1 because there are many essential things which I need to explain you. Quite important one, which my mentor didn't explain me till part 3, which was quite stressful for me at the end because I need to do reworking. So that's why I have to explain Harvard referencing in today's class at any cost. Because our next class will be next week, I have to explain Harvard referencing. Okay. Now RAP framework. Tip 1. The part 1 of the RAP. Okay, this is WhatsApp message, no issue. Okay, the part 1 of the RAP contains reasons for selecting the automobile industry. So it can be courier or delivery industry depending on the company you selected. This I'm saying for General Motors. So this is a standard answer I'm giving. The part 1 of the RAP contains reasons for selecting the automobile industry and GM. It also contains sales analysis of GM and 2 of its rivals, which I showed you. It's followed by part 2 that covers a description of information and its various sources, which we will discuss in our next class. It also contains an explanation of financial and business analysis tools which were used along with limitations for each of them. So you just do paraphrasing, change some words, that's it. All these things we anyhow going to do in part 3 in detail, but for part 1 writing purposes, just do paraphrasing and write it down. Number 2. Part 3 contains a detailed financial and business analysis of GM for the financial period from 2016 to 2018. Ford has also been analyzed, which is its competitor. Because whatever company you are selecting, you also need to select its competitor for comparison purposes. This I'm talking about for part 3, which we will do later in our other classes. Ford also has been analyzed over the same period, being one of GM's competitor. Finally, part 3 ends with a conclusion of the financial and business analysis performed, followed by recommendations. Okay, now our part 1 is officially finished. Now I will immediately go to Harvard referencing. So I will read fast regarding because none of you have done bachelor's before. I meant to say none of you have done research-based bachelor's or master's before. So that's why I need to give you a little bit background regarding Harvard referencing so that you can easily understand it. Otherwise, if you don't know Harvard referencing or your knowledge is weak, then there are chances examiner won't pass you. It's that much critical, I meant to say. Because BSc in Applied Accounting, the full form is Bachelor's of Science in Applied Accounting. It's a research-based degree. Okay, so I will read fast. A guide to citing and referencing for Oxford Brookes Business School students. This guide is divided into two sections. The first explains why citing and referencing are. What is citing and referencing? I will explain later. The first explains what citing and referencing are and tells you when and how to cite and reference. The second section provides explanations and examples of the way references. Sorry, just 1 second. The second section provides explanations and examples of the way references should be formatted or laid out. Means written down or written. But first we need to ask, why reference? Why bother to reference? Whenever you produce academic work, you will be asked to provide references for your ideas. You will find this easier to do if you understand why it's seen as so important in British universities. Referencing, now I'm going to explain why it's so important in British universities. Referencing is essential to acknowledge other people's ideas. Allow the reader of your work to locate the cited references easily and so evaluate your interpretation of those ideas. Avoid plagiarism, hence taking other people's thoughts, ideas or writings and using them as though they are your own. Show evidence of the breadth and depth of your reading. Avoid losing marks. Yes, if you prepare your thesis without using Harvard referencing totally, then there are chances the examiner won't give you grade C, which means they won't pass you. So you have to use Harvard referencing. Section 1, citing in the text. 2.1, citing. So citing in the text, it will be like, let me show you a real example. By citing in the text, he meant to say this one. You have to write in this way. I will explain you once we proceed. When preparing a piece of written work, you will inevitably come across other people's ideas, theories, or data. And you will want to mention or refer to these in your own work. In referring to these authors, you will also need to create a list of who they are and where they publish and where the published work is to be found. Okay, this is placed at the end of your written work so that your readers can identify what's your work, what's that of other people, and so that they can get hold of those pieces of published work to read should they wish to do so. Just 1 minute. He said at the end of your work. I will show you example how it will appear. Because if you don't see, then you won't get idea. Most of the mentor, they are not showing you, they are just speaking and typing and telling you to make notes while they are speaking, which is the very wrong practice. If you can't see, you can't understand. Or I meant to say, if you even understand, you won't be able to fully understand what the mentor is meant to say. So that's why I'm showing you. So this is in PDF file. See, this is my thesis. Okay, once my thesis ends, my report ends, then this list of reference I have to write down here. How we have to write down, in what style we have to write down, I will explain now. I meant to say shortly. That's what, if I come back to my notes, That's what not this one, my Harvard referencing. Yeah, that's what he meant to say. This is placed at the end of your written work. As I showed you, it was written at the end of your research report. Making reference to other authors in your own written work is called citing. The names of the authors who are cited in your text are gathered together and supplied as an alphabetical list at the end of your written work. This is a reference list. See, what you will do, yeah, why it's not opening? Yeah. First, you will prepare a list of references like this one. Then at the end of your research report, you will copy paste in a alphabetic order by the name of author. Like A, B, then C will come. I will teach you how to do it. But yeah, that I'm doing also. So this is background information I'm giving you. Shortly, within few minutes, I will also show you the styles. Okay. There is no, and this Harvard referencing system Microsoft Word file I will also give you to read at least 3 to 4 times at your home, so you can clearly understand my message. There is no one best way to lay out the reference list, and much of it is a matter of tradition or preference. Broadly speaking, the process of citing authors and the associated reference list can be done in one of the two main styles: the numeric, where the list of authors is numbered in the order of mention in the text, or the alphabetic, where the author names are listed in alphabetic order. So we will do in alphabetic order. If we don't follow any one of them, the examiner won't give us again C grade. In other words, he won't pass us. So our list of orders, again I will read this one. Broadly speaking, the process of citing authors and the associated reference list can be done in one of the two main styles: the numeric, where the list of authors is numbered in the order of mention in the text, or the alphabetical, where the authors' names are listed in alphabetic order. By that I meant to say, let me show you one example. Okay. Yeah, see. Once I come to page number 5, this is first time in my research analysis project or in my thesis that I use data from internet, or I meant to say I took information from internet, or in other words, I took someone's idea. This is first in my research in my thesis. So what I will do, I will make it number 1. This is second time I took someone's information or data. It can be from magazine, internet, whatever. So I can write it number 2 in my list of reference. So in the sequence I'm using someone's idea, I will number it, or I can make it alphabetical. Quite easy. This is what he meant to say. Either it can be numeric or alphabetic, but I will suggest you do in a alphabetic way. It's quite easy for an examiner. Okay, I will come back to Harvard referencing. One of the ways in which alphabetical referencing is done has been given the name of the name and date system, or the Harvard referencing system. We will follow Harvard referencing system. There are a number of ways in which the Harvard referencing system can be presented, and all of these are therefore correct. The business school has chosen one of these as the method, and we recommend you to use. The reason for this is that if you do take this advice, okay, the problem of choosing an appropriate referencing system has been solved for you. Okay, your referencing layout will be consistent and always correct. It will conform to the way referencing is done by most business and management research and journalists. And the convention that we urge you to comply with is that university has chosen Arial as the font that it wishes all documents to be written in as this one is. So I think I removed that one. Okay. So as I said, in all of thesis, in our thesis, for headings we will use Arial font style and the size will be 14. And apart from headings, whatever we will write, the font style again will be Arial, but the size will be 12. So the examiner standardize the font style for you. And the same way the examiner standardize the Harvard referencing system, your list of reference will be in alphabetic order. That's what the examiner meant to say here. Finish. Now, one of the most important difference between the reference list and bibliography, which I'm going to read very fast so that we can uh, come to our examples, which is quite important for today. The difference between the reference list and the bibliography. Within your piece of written work, you will have cited a number of books, journals. So this is quite important. Please listen it carefully. This is this paragraph either will make your thesis or it can break your thesis also. Within your piece of written work, you will have cited a number of books, journals, newspaper articles, or whatever, using the author's names and the date of publication. At the end of the piece, you provide a list of all those authors, giving full details of what their work is called and where it was published. This list is headed references and provides all the information about the published works you have mentioned in your text alphabetically by the names of the authors or originators. This list can be subdivided by year and letter if necessary. More about this later. So he meant to say this one. This is in alphabetic order. The same thing is saying. The author is Basin H. 2019. He published this material. The heading is SWOT analysis of General Motors, WGM SWT analysis from online. I meant to say this guy took from website available at this website. He accessed this website on 10th of August 2019. This we're going to discuss in detail later. Also, during the course of your preparatory reading, you may use material that has been helpful for reading around the subject, but which you do not make specific reference to into your own work. I meant to say, by what he meant to say, there should be preparation, but preparatory is also okay. Say, for example, most of you maybe have forgotten the ratios. I meant to say gross profit margin ratio, current ratio. So you can refer to your books, but those you don't need to mention because very quite basic things. This is what the examiner meant to say by this sentence. It's important to just 1 minute. It's important to acknowledge this material. Under the heading bibliography, list all these items again alphabetically by author, regardless of whether it's a book or journal, and include the list separately after the reference list. Just ignore this one. Okay, next. The bibliography indicates to your, because it's not, yeah, I meant to say forgot gross profit margin ratio and you're reading, say for example, ACCA F9 financial management book, and then you're going to mention it. It's no use. I meant to say you also have to write definitions in part 3 for different ratios like gross profit, net profit margin. This thing we are covering there, so just ignore this one. This just for your information he's writing. The bibliography indicates to your reader or examiner that you have read more widely. That was strictly necessary to produce a piece of written work, okay? And that you therefore have a better grip of the area or the topic than if you had only used the work cited in your text and your reference list. Everything you cite, hence mention in your piece of written work, will be listed once alphabetically by author and subdivided by year and letter if necessary in your references, okay? The bibliography would look the same as the reference list does. See section 2, formats for conventions that apply to all the different types of media, books, journals, newspapers, reference, etc., which we're going to do now. I think a little bit left. Some people makes a list of references from within the text Hence, references and the references to wider reading bibliography together in one list, which they then call the bibliography. This is not recommended because it creates difficulties for the examiner who has to sort out which is which in order to clear about the accuracy of your referencing. I meant to say people don't know the difference. See, this is inside referencing. This is list of referencing. Okay, this is whole paragraph. I meant whole page is list of referencing. This is your bibliography. This is what the examiner meant to say. So I'm showing you instead of saying and saying and saying, I'm also showing you so that you can easily understand. Just 1 minute. Okay. Please note that when you are writing a business report, then all that's required is a list of references. When it comes to dissertations or thesis, however, then both a reference list and a bibliography are required. Note, in the examples given below, pay attention to the punctuation and in your own work, copy it exactly as it's set out. Pull the full stop in where it's placed in the example and leave it out if it isn't in the example. So what he meant to say, be careful regarding punctuation in references. Yeah, somebody want to say something? No? Okay. Yeah, Forna, you want to say something? No, okay. We will proceed to our examples. So, before I proceed to examples, all we discuss here, this is some background information. Just 1 minute, who's keep on messaging me? Someone else, okay. All the information which I read here is quite dry, but this is background. Once I share this file with you guys, read it at least 6 to 7 times. Not examples I'm talking about, this background information. Not only it will help you with your BSc thesis, but if you're planning to do your MSc in Professional Accountancy from University College London, this background information can also help you out. So, before I start, again, I will simplify what the examiner meant to say. I want to summarize. Okay, I want to summarize in a very easy way for you. You even don't need to, I meant to say whatever we discussed now in our first 3 pages. I meant to say from here in our first 2 pages, whatever we discuss, you don't need to refer. What you have to remember, one simple thing. So now I'm summarizing. This is inside referencing. This whole page is list of reference, and this is bibliography. This is what the examiner meant to say. Don't confuse it. Don't, I meant to say, make it complicated. And it should be in alphabetic. B, 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 A, B, C, D. It should be in alphabetic way. So the simple thing what examiner meant to say, but read it my first 2 pages notes so that you have some clear idea. So you can easily do difference. Now I will come to my examples in a very quick way. Citing in your text. Why it's important to cite references? So some information also, very good for you. It's accepted practice in the academic world to acknowledge the words, ideas, or work of others and not simply to use them as if they were your own. Failure to do this could result regarded as plagiarism. To enable other people to identify and trace your sources quickly and easily, to support facts and claims you have made in your text. There are 2 parts to our referencing system. So from now onward, I will just take only 10 minutes, then our hardware referencing system will finish. So I'm requesting from each one of you, pay very closely attention now, because what now I'm going to discuss.
Passing Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Foreigner, tell me. You don't.
Hello, sorry, sir. Just that I was getting weak signal with my Wi-Fi, so I've been getting on and off, on and off, on and off. I've not been able to get clearly some
No issue.
information.
Anyhow, my recording I will share with you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, you can go, Albert. No issue. Okay. Okay, for other
I'm
guys.
listening.
Yeah, this is foreigner or this guy, Albert. Hello, Albert. You or foreigner? I think Albert is going. Okay, Albert, you can go. No issue. I think Albert already left us. Only foreigner, Rizwan, and wait, there is no
I'm
Ahmed.
I'm still I'm still here. It's just that my battery is dying. So just in case if it died down, then because
Okay,
I'm
no
still
issue.
here.
Okay, Ahmed Khwaja, you are here? I can't see Ahmed Khwaja. Ahmed Khwaja is here. Rizwan is also here. Okay, I thought I thought it was Ahmed Khwaja left. No, Ahmed Khwaja is here. Okay. Okay, Albert, I got you. Okay, see now, what I'm going to discuss, foreigner, Ahmed Khwaja, Albert, and Ahmed Khwaja, and Rizwan. Please concentrate. This is quite important details which I'm going to discuss with you guys now. There are two parts to a referencing system. The information which I'm going to give you, you will use in your part 1, part 2, part 3, and the same knowledge you can apply in your MSc in professional accountancy from UCM. Okay, there are two parts to a referencing system. Number 1, an in-text citation. By that I meant to say this one. In-text citation. Number 1. Number 2. An entry in the reference list or bibliography at the end of the assignment or work. This one I'm talking about. If you are using, I think one guy left. His battery is gone. Albert is gone now. No, Albert is here. Who went? Somebody. Okay, okay, one message came and it's gone. Okay. Okay, see. If you're using reference, I meant to say, if you use someone's data, so not only you will give, where that went. Okay, if you're using someone's data, not only you will give in-text citation, you will also add this in your list of reference, and at the end of your thesis report, you will copy paste all of your list of reference. Okay, now see, let me see what happened. Somebody. Okay. So that what I meant to say here. Okay, now in-text citation. The in-text citation is placed at the exact point in your document where you refer to someone else's work, whether it's a book, journal, online document, website, or any other source like this one. Because this information, my student took, I meant to say my student took this information from online or wherever. This is someone ideas, and exactly at the same place he inserted in-text citation. So it's easier for an examiner to know that he took this information from this link. Okay, now I will come back. It consists of, I'm talking about in-text citation. It consists of author or editor, compiler, translator, and publication year in brackets. For example, agriculture still employs 500,000 people in rural Britain. I meant to say this one is information which the guy took from internet or wherever. Now he's writing, what is this? Susk Smith 2000. This is author and this is publication year. And this is called this is called in-text citation, and this is the information which he took, and this is not information, this information or idea or whatever he took from this author. That's why he's writing in this way, and this is in-text citation. Now I need to be very fast. An author, just 1 minute, who's messaging me? Nobody. An author can be an organization or government department, common with websites. This is very common with websites, I'm telling. So for example, English Heritage. This is organization and the publication year is 2010. If there are 2 or 3 authors, all names should be given. Again, this is all I'm talking about in text citation. If there are 2 or 3 authors, all names should be given. I don't know, I'm not seeing. Who's not seeing this screen? Albert, you? I think your connection
It's
will
Albert.
be. Yeah, Albert, foreigner, you're not seeing my screen or who?
It's Albert. It's
No,
Albert. I think maybe it's the.
I can see your screen, sir.
Okay, Albert, no issue. I will share with you video here. If you're not able to see, I will share the recording with you. I will share my recording
Okay.
with all of you. Okay. If there are 2 or 3 authors, all names should be given. For example, Lyons, Smith, Walker, 2007. These are 3 authors, and this is the publication date. As is written here, it consists of author or editor, compiler, translator, and publication year in brackets. Okay. If there are more than 3 authors, cite the first author followed by ETAL in italics. It should be like this one. I forgot to do this one. Home. Yeah. In this way. Italic dot comma 1988. Morgan ETAL dot comma 1998. If you forget to write dot, or in other words full stop after AL, the examiner will deduct your scores for that. As I mentioned before, be careful regarding punctuation. It shouldn't be like that. If you're writing English Heritage, after that you're not writing comma and space, examiner will deduct marks for that. Be careful. For several documents by the same author, published in the same year, use ABC. For example, Watson 2009A. So say for example, I took multiple information from one article, and the article was written by Watson and the publication year was 2009. So I will write A, B, C, D because I'm taking multiple information from the document which is written by the same author, and the publication, or I meant to say for example, I took one online article. That online article was published in 2009 and the author was Watson, and I took multiple information. So for each of my information I will write Watson 2009A. For my second information I will write Watson 2009B, C, D, E, and it will continue. If the author's name occurs naturally in the sentence, only the year of publication is given. For example, this concept is discussed by Jones 1998. Say for example, if you're taking any information from a book or online, and in that information the author name is coming like this one, this concept is discussed by Jones, then there is no need to write in bracket the author name again. You just need to write the publication date. If there is no author, use a brief title instead. For example, Burden of Anonymity 1948. Say for example, if you didn't find the author, so you can write in this way, but you can write Burden of Anonymity 1948 is publication date. Okay, I will proceed. For websites, most of my students, they're taking information from websites. For websites, if there is no author or title, use the URL. Again, I'm repeating. For websites, if there is no author or title, then you have to use the URL. If title is there, write the title here. Publication date, okay, write the publication date. Publication date will always be there. But if there is no title, there is no author name, then you need to write URL and then publication date. Otherwise, don't write. If author name is there, write author name and publication year. If title is there, write title name and publication year. If neither author name is there nor title, then write URL. Otherwise, no. If the date cannot be identified, use the abbreviation ND. ND means no date. If you find any, if you're taking information from website and you're unable to find the publication date, then you will write ND. For example, Labour Party ND. Labour Party is the heading of the website from where you're taking the information, but there is no publication date, so you're writing ND. N dot D dot. Again, I'm repeating. N dot N full stop we can say, but I'm saying dot. N dot D, then again dot, then bracket close. Otherwise, he will deduct your points if you forget to write two dots before D and after D. Okay, now I think only few left. Oh, I'm also tired. No issue. Page numbers should when there is a need to be more specific. For example, when making a direct quotation. Okay, use the abbreviation P dot for a single page or PP dot more than one page. For example, as Kelvin stated, 1968 dot P dot 100, the value of dash. If referencing a secondary source, a document which haven't been seen but which is quoted in one of your references, the two items should be linked with the term cited in. For example, economic development, Jones 2000, cited in Walker 2004, page 53. I meant to say if there is any document you never saw before, but you know because maybe somebody told you, then you can write in this way. That author was Jones. Again, if referencing a secondary source, a document which you have never seen but which is quoted in one of your references, the two items should be linked with the term cited in. For example, economic development, Jones 2000, cited in Walker 2004, page 53. What happens? See, for example, I'm telling you, if you're reading one book or online, you get some information. The author is Jones 2000. He's saying something regarding economic development, and he's saying that this information is available in Walker's book, which he published in 2004, page 53. Then you will write in this way. I'm going to say one author is referring to someone else's work, then you will write in this way. Jones is the author who published one book, and in his book he's referring to another author whose book was published in 2004, and on page number 53 that information is there. And before above example of secondary sources, you would only be able to include the source you have actually read in your reference list. In the above example, you could only give full details of Walker unless you have read Jones yourself. It's good practice to try to read the original source Jones so that you can cite and reference it in addition to the source which quoted it Walker. So these type of circumstances you won't face very rarely, this type of information. Okay, handling quotations in the text. These are very advanced level. Normally most of my students are not using quotations at all. I'm just telling it, but most of my students are not using. But just few minutes, I meant to say I just need 10 minutes, then we will finish referencing. Let me go through it. Handling quotation in the text. Short quotations may be run into the text using simple quotation marks. For example, as Owens stated, 2008, page 97, the value of. Okay, so exactly in this way you have to write. In the text, I'm talking about, if I'm saying text, I meant to say here in your thesis. I need to just a little bit faster because I need to show you examples before we finish our class. Longer quotations should be separated from the rest of the text by means of indentation and optional size reduction, and do not need quotation marks. For example, I think that was not shorter before. That was not like this one. For example, Simone de Beauty 1972 p 365 1972, p dot 365 examined her own past and wrote rather gloomily. The past is in a peaceful peace. Yeah, now you see it's induction, right? I meant to say this quotation is separate. The past is not peaceful landscape lying there behind me, a country in which I can stroll wherever I please, and will gradually show me all its secrets, hills and dales as I was moving forward, so it was crumbling. So, regarding this quotation partner, till here, ignore it. You're not going to use it. So I'm going to highlight with red color. So just ignore it. You're not going to use quotations and don't use it, because in our F8 we're not going to use it. They're very rarely some my students use, if they used before. They never used. So this part you just ignore. You don't need to give quotations because we are selecting topic 8. If we're selecting topic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 12, 13, 18, 19 and 20, then we should know how to give quotations in text. So since we're doing topic 8, this is not relevant. Anyhow, I read for you, and some of you already got it. It's quite easy. If you don't just read this highlighted paragraphs in red color at least 6 to 7 times, my message will be clear to you. But just avoid, because we're doing topic 8. Now we will come to our main thing. I just need 10 minutes, then you guys are free. And once we finish today's session, inshallah, all of you will already know how to use Harvard referencing. Reference list and bibliography. By that I meant to say this word file. This is list of references and or bibliography, which I'm going to talk about, but in a very short way or in a fast way. I meant to say briefly I'm going to talk about it. At the end of your assignment or work, you need to provide a complete list of all sources used, like here we did at the end of our thesis. Yeah, one question came, no question, no. Please sir, don't forget to send the videos. I will send for no issue. Just let me complete. Now only 8 minutes I need, then you can go. Don't go in between, just give me 8 minutes. Let me finish Harvard referencing. Please note that some schools may expect two lists. One, a reference list of all sources cited in your text, and number two, a general bibliography of sources used but not specifically cited as in text citation. Let me read all, then I will explain you. The entries in the lists are arranged in one alphabetic. This, what he's telling you, he's not telling you regarding the requirements of OBU. He's telling you generally. At the end of your assignment or work, you need to provide a complete list of all sources used, which we're going to do anyway. This is OBU requirement. At the end of your thesis report or rep report, you're going to provide the list of references which you used for in your thesis. So that's confirmed. Please note some school, and now he's talking about generally. Please note that some schools may expect two lists, a list of reference for all sources cited in your text, and number two, a general bibliography of sources used but not specifically cited as in text citation. As I said, you might refer to your ACCA F9 financial management book for some definitions or whatever. The entries in the lists are arranged in one alphabetical sequence by author's name, title if there is no author, URL if there is no author or title, whatever has been used in the in-text citation, so that your reader can go easily from an in-text citation to the correct point in your list. I already told that a list of reference will be organized in an alphabetic manner. All entries and references, including those for online resources, must contain author year of publication, and title if known in that order. That I already told you. Further additional details are also required, varying according to the type of source as follows. As per the type of source, what you have to write, that one now we're going to discuss. See, there are different sources: book, ebook, chapter in book, printed journal article, electronic or online journal article, web page, newspaper article, email and personal communication, report from our database, film on DVD, thesis. By thesis, I meant to say you can even use OBU BSc thesis of your colleagues or your friends who already passed their BSc thesis. You can use that one also. Conference paper. Okay, now this is something different. I will explain. Okay, let me very quick. So it's quite easy. I meant to say whatever I wrote here is quite easy. During our thesis, you can refer to my Harvard referencing system Microsoft Word file if you need clarification or if you forgot how you need to cite different sources of documents. So you can also refer. Now I'm going to briefly discuss. Later you can also refer to this Harvard referencing system Microsoft Word file because I'm going to share with all of you. Okay, if you're taking information from book, A, author. What happened? I think what happened? Ahmed Khwaja is here. Not Rizwan, you with me? Rizwan, you with me? Disconnected. Okay. Okay, we will continue. I need to finish. Okay. Rizwan, just mute your voice. Huh? Okay. Author, editor. Surname first, followed by first names or initials. Be consistent. So if you're using book, you will always have to write the surname of your author first, followed by his or her first name or initials. Include all names if there are two or three authors. If more than three, use the first name and then ETAL, which I told you. So if there are more than one author, you need to use the full name of of those two or three authors. If there are more than three authors, you will only use the first name of the first author and then you will write ETAL. I will also show you example. Just wait. Let me finish this one. These are the examples. Just 1 minute. Okay, now where was I? For editors, compilers or translators, use ED or EDs, comp or comps or trans after the names. Sometimes you will find information and the guy who's written the book, he can be an editor, compiler, translator. This we will say example. Remember that an author can be an organization or government department, as I said. B, year of publication. If date is non use N dot D dot. See title. Include title as given on the title page of a book. Include any subtitle separating it from the title by a colon. Capitalize the first letter of the first word and any proper nouns. Use italics, bold or other line, underline. The most common practice is to use italics. Be consistent. This I'm talking about title. You have to, your font size should be italic. This we're going to discuss now in our below one. So don't worry. Okay, someone send me message. No one. Okay. Addition. Only include if not the first addition. If it's not the first edition, then you need to include edition. And this I'm talking about book. By book I meant to say hard book. Books which you can refer and those books which you can find in library or books which you might purchase. I'm not talking about ebook which we can find on internet. Place of publication and publisher. Use a colon to separate these elements. If not given, use S.L, no place, and S.N, no publisher. If you don't, place of publication, say for example, London, New York, publisher. If you don't also know the publisher, you need to write s.n. Examples are below. No, don't worry. Series include if relevant. For example, Gombrich, comma, E. H. Bracket 1977. Art and Illusion, 5th edition, London, Python. Now I will show you what happened here. Okay. For example, Redlick, comma, comma, A dot. This is surname, this is first name, initial only. Pacman, comma, M dot. This is the second guy. Surname, first name, initial. And clerk, comma, P dot. Surname of third author, first name, initial, EDs. These are editors. 2003 is publication date. Cell molality is heading. Cell molality, colon, from molecules to organizations. This is heading. This is title of the page as written. Include title as given on the title of a book. Include any subtitle, separating it from the title by a colon. This is colon, and this we use to separate the subtitle, which is from molecules to organizations dot. Capitalize the first letter of the word and or any proper nouns. Okay, now addition. No, addition was in the okay. Place of publication. This is Chichester. Publisher is Willie. Okay, now we'll come back here. Okay, examples of organization and government department as author. For example, Department of Health. This is organization. Publication date is 2001. Title: National Service Framework for Diabetes. London is the place of publication. Publisher is Department of Health. Royal Society, 2001. Okay, the future of sites. No, just 1 minute. What? This should be like this one. These are examples now. Okay, again, this one our publisher. Royal Society. As I said, organization, government department. This was our government department. Publication date was 2001. The title was National Service Framework for Diabetes. Publication place was London, and the publisher was Department of London. Department of Health. Again, next one. Royal Society is the organization. Publication date is 2001. The heading is the future of sites of special scientific interest. Publication place is London, and again publisher is Royal Society. Example of book with no author. For example, Whitaker's Almanac, 2010, London, clone J. Whitaker and Sons. So what happens here? This is the title. Because as I said, if you don't know author, we will write the title. This is the title, publication date, place of publication London, who published, J. Editor and Sons. Okay, now ebook. These are those books which you are accessing online. See, okay, number 1, A, author, editor, B, year of publication. So what I'm doing, this is the way we will write over bibliography. Okay, this is the way we will write over bibliography. So what I did here, I separated each and everything and I wrote down the components, or in other words the elements of this bibliography. A, author or editor, which is Holiday A. Okay, there are 3 authors. This look like Holiday is the surname, A is first name initial, Hedy is the surname of second author, M is his first name initial, and Coleman is surname of third author, and J is first name initial. Year of publication. Use the date for the ebook version rather than any print version. use the date for the ebook version rather than any print version. Okay, he meant to say for example, you're finding one ebook online. There are chances that that book has also been printed. Printed version date can be different, but we need to select the ebook version publication date. Okay, that is 2004. Title is Intercultural Communication, colon, an advanced resource book. So this is the title of the book, colon, this is subtitle, an advanced resource book, because there are chances we find our information here, the relevant information. This I'm referring to ebooks. Edition we're not writing because it look like it's not the second edition. That's why I didn't write any edition. Place of publication, London. Publisher is available. Publisher is available. Publisher is this one. They publish. Okay, Routledge. Online in square bracket. So writing online because this ebook we took online. What happens? See, sometimes the writers, if you read books, you will find out one thing, right? Sometimes authors are different from publishers, because their publishers are those who are publishing on behalf of authors, and those people have distribution channels. So our publishers will always be different from our authors, because most of my students sometimes ask why like this, that if I meant to say they use one ebook, and I told them before, but they did this mistake. The publisher name, they writing the same name like authors. I said, see, if you're referring to ebooks or books, author's name, there are chances, 100% chances, that the author and publishers will be different, because authors are writing, publishers are those who have distribution channels, and they are helping authors to publish their articles or books. Okay, now G, available at URL. This should be the URL of the ebook collection if it's from a collection. So you will write like this, available at, then you will write the URL. H, access date. Accessed. Date you read it in brackets. Say for example, I read this ebook on 15th of August 2011. By URL, I mean to see this one. You need to copy paste this one. Like I just copied and I pasted here. Like in same way I need to paste. Okay, only few sources left. Just give me 10 minutes more. Chapter in book. Okay, for example, Smith is first name of author. H is first initial of first name of author. Dot author, that was over author of chapter. Year of publication 1990 in bracket. Again, this is I'm telling about bibliography. By bibliography I meant to say this information. In text citation is this one. Bibliography is this one. And we're talking about how to write bibliography. Because once you write bibliography, then we can select this one as our in text citation. Okay. Title of chapter, not italics. It shouldn't be italics. I meant you shouldn't press this button. Innovation at large. Okay. D. In, colon, and then author, comma, title of complete book in italics. I forgot to do it italics. Page numbers. Sorry, publisher. Place of okay. Place of publication, publisher, page numbers and chapter. Okay, now I will say. So first, author of chapter, Smith, comma, H dot, year of publication 1990 in brackets. Title of chapter, innovation at large. In and then author, title of complete book in italic, place of publication, publisher, page numbers of chapter. In colon James dot S. This is our author. Okay, ED means editor. He's editor, so he's not our author, he's editor. The original work was from Smith, but James added it. title, so that means our author was James, but we will for our in-text citation we will choose this one. Okay, place of title of complete book, Science and Innovation. Place of publication, Manchester. Publisher is no one. Page numbers pp dot 46-56. They said page numbers, that's why we wrote pp dot. If it's only page, then we will write p dot. If you see again, our publisher is no one. It's not Smith H. Only few left. Printed journal article. For example, this I'm telling about bibliography. For example, Williams J. which is our author, year publication 2000. Title of article not italics. Tools for achieving sustainable housing strategies in rural Gloucestershire. Title of journal in italics. It should be in italics. I forgot to do italics. Planning, practice, and research. Volume number 15, issue number 3. Volume number 15, issue number 3, and or date. So date is not there. That date is issue number or date. Any one of that. We have issue number. Page numbers pp dot 155 to 174. This is I'm telling, if you take information from printed journal article, I meant to say hard copy. I'm not talking about online. So many information you can find. Say for example, SWT analysis or pest SWT analysis or pest analysis for your chosen company. So in that case, you can, I meant to say, from printed journal articles, you can find a variety of information. It can be for your SWT analysis or pest analysis for your selected company. So I'm just showing, if you're using information from these sources, then how you need to write bibliography and in-text citation. In-text citation is quite easy. Like in this case, you will take this one as your in-text citation. It's just publisher name and date of publication. That's it. Nothing more than that. But bibliography is quite different depending on this source of information. Depending from where you took your information. Okay, electronic and online journal article. By this I meant to say online journal. Okay. Just give me a few seconds. Okay, for author Evans, J. Year of publication 2006 in bracket. Okay. And title of article not italics, urban regeneration, governance and the state, colon, title of journal in italics. Sorry, I forgot to make it in italic. Exploring notions of distance and proximity. Volume number, Urban Studies 43, issue number 9, and or date. Okay, page numbers pp.1491-1509. Name of online journal collection if applicable. Yeah, academic search complete. Okay, there was, because online journal collection, academic search complete. This can be over a website or from where we got this journal. Okay, you got online in bracket, available at URL. If 7 applies, A 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. If H applies, this should be the URL of the online journal collection. He meant to say, if you're taking online, it shouldn't be like that. Yeah, I should erase this. Definitely from online we're taking now. So okay, available at URL. You need to copy paste the URL of the online journal article. Accessed. Okay, you will write write accessed. Date you read. The date you will write on, you write 17th of December 17th of August 2010 is the date when you access this journal, or date you read it. Now only website left, only 3 left, just 5 minutes more. Website page, Labour Party 2010. Labour Party is title, 2010 is publication date. Should be in this format. Sorry, I supposed to do this one. Okay. Labour Party 2010. Labour Party is heading. Publication date is 2010, and the title is Policy Guide. Available at this will be URL. Accessed. You access this information 13th of August 2010. Newspaper article. This is again. This is not online. This I understood. Yeah, this is not online. Okay. Hunt, P.1999. This is the newspaper article writer. Time is running out. Daily Telegraph, 8 Feb, page 10, NB. For internet edition, there is no page number. Is it okay? This is he telling about the hard copy of newspaper article. This is talking about online. For internet edition, there is no page number. Okay. Instead, give online. So instead of writing page number 10, you need to write online, and then you need to write available at URL, access date. If citing newspaper article from a database, for example, Factiva, follow pattern above for online journal article. So just be careful. Now email and other personal communication. See, this is not relevant to us because if you're doing other topics in which you need to do field visits, and you also need to send questionnaires to your recipients. It can be finance manager or corporate or compliance manager of any company. This I'm talking about topic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then in that case you will write Slenders, L 2015 email to Linda Hinton 18th of August. Just ignore it because for topic it's not relevant, but anyhow I'm going to read it. Slenders, L 2015 conversation with Linda Hilton 18th of August. Email to this guy and conversation with. Okay. You email this guy and you had conversation with Linda Hinton. Email to and conversation with can be replaced by letter to, telephone conversation with, Skype conversation with, text message to, or whatever else accurately describes the encounter. Because it can be like you email to this guy and he arranged meeting with Linda Hinton, or you email to Slenders L and he forwarded your email to Linda Hilton. Because sometimes your point of contact was this guy, but the information you need was from Linda Hilton. That he meant to say. Report from a database. Yeah, this we can use for our topic 8. Mintel 2010. Sports goods retailing, UK, May 2010. Milton Lizard online, available at this URL, access 17th of August 2010. So this will be the same which you already discussed for online article. Film on DVD, Pride and Prejudice 2000. Okay, this is our title. This is publication date. Directed by Simon Langton. DVD bracket based on the novel by Jane Austen. London, BBC Worldwide Limited. So it's also not relevant for topic 8, but anyhow I revise. It's okay. If you find any information from a film on DVD or from film, then definitely these details you can easily find. This is title, publication, film release, who directed, based on which novel, publisher, place of publication, who published. So it's same like online article, same like online article, same like online article. Now thesis. This is the last part. This is the second last. Not after that you guys are free. Grossi as 2001. This is the writer. Say for example, if you're using my thesis, if you're using my OBU BSc thesis, or if you're using my MSc thesis for your OBU thesis purposes, then you will write, as my name is Waqas Asgar, you will write Asgar, comma, W. Asgar is my surname, W is my first name initial. Okay, my thesis was published in 2001. An exploration, this is the title, an exploration of cultural differences between French and British managers within an international hotel company. So that was my PhD thesis for Oxford Brookes University, right? Same way, if you're using my data, you can write Asgar, comma, W dot 2019 business and financial performance business and financial performance analysis of GM over a 3-year period from 2016 to 2018. BSc thesis Oxford Brookes University. Like in this way, you even can use thesis of your classmates, your friends, your colleagues, or even you can download online thesis for OBU and you can use information. But what I meant to say, this you can only use till part 1 and part 2 for definition purposes only. If you are lucky enough that your friend will share the thesis, his OBU BSc thesis with you, and the company selected is the same one which you selected and the financial years are also same, then you can refer to his data, no issue. You can even copy paste, but by copy pasting you need to do paraphrasing. Say for example, my friend selected Nissan and Toyota. He selected Nissan as his main company, and competitor he selected Japan for the financial year 2016, 2017, 2018. The same thing I also did. So once he passed his thesis, I can use his thesis and for the submission period 40, and I can just do paraphrasing, and I can refer in my bibliography the same detail that I use this information from Waqas OBU BSc thesis. The OBU will never ever fail you because you are truthful and honest with OBU that you use this idea from Waqas. You're not saying OBU that this is your own idea. Saying lying is the wrong. Saying true is not wrong. So that's what I meant to say. Now the last one, conference paper. Salter, M.A 2007, heading, title, Education for a More Sustainable Architecture in Sunday, Wind and Architecture Proceedings of the 24th International Conference on Passive and Low Energy Architecture, National University of Singapore, 22 to 24 November. Singapore Department of Architecture, National University of Singapore, pp.844-851. If you use any information from conference paper, these things will be there. The conference paper written by whom or who presented, date of publication, and this is all data. I meant to, this is all data. This is the title, what this is all about, when the conference took place, where took place, who published this conference paper. Okay, who published this conference paper? This one. If I see who published this conference paper, Department of Architecture, National University of Singapore published. Where it was published? Singapore. The conference paper dates were, the conference was held in between 22nd to 24th of November. What was the title or what was the subject? This is your subject. So from which pages you took the information? You took from 844 to 851. For further examples, see Pierce R. and Shields G 2010, Cite Them Right, the Essential Referencing Guide, 8th edition. So this is the book you can refer, but no need. I explained you already. End note, this service enables you to build up a database of your references and then automatically format both in text citations and the references in the Brookes Harvard referencing style like this guide. See, there is one website. Okay, all of you with me, na? Just 1 minute. Let me see other guys also with me. No, I think someone left. I think Albert is left. Yeah. Okay. This EndNote. This is one website. You can Google it. This service enables you. This service enables you to build up a database of your references and then automatically format both in text citations and the references in the Brookes hardware title. What will happen? But I think you need to pay for it. I will just show you. You will do the remaining work. You can also take help from this website. I think you need to pay some dollars, $10 to $15, I don't know. So just check out this website. They're also giving you free trial. What will happen? Say for example, first they will ask from you, what is the type of document? You will say this is ebook. Then they will ask from you the author name, year of publication, title, edition, place of publication, and from which website you found. In some cases, they are just asking from you the title and URL. Once you insert, they will automatically generate this information and they will prepare the bibliography as well as at the same time in-text citation for you. Quite easy. Sometime for hard copies, because this I'm talking about online. If your source of information is not online, it's hard copy. They will ask from you the author name, your publication, title, edition, place of publication and publisher, series. Then they automatically generate bibliography for you and in-text citation. But as I said, don't need to spend money. But if you want, you can do. But as I said, no need. What I'm giving you is more than enough. You just need to go through all these examples. Just start to read from number 2, reference list and bibliography. You just need to read from number 2 till end. Give at least 25 to 30 minutes and you're good enough. And once you start to take data from online sources or from library or whatever, just refer to this hardware referencing system Microsoft Word file and see how you need to prepare the bibliography and at the same time in-text citation. In-text citation is nothing than author name and publication date, or title name and publication date. Is nothing more than that. I meant to say this is your in-text citation which you need to write here. If you see here now, I'm just concluding my 2 days session. I just need to take few minutes. This is our in-text citation. This is the title because there was no author name, pilot guides, and this is the year of publication. Author, as I said, author can be organization. So this is Money CNC is an organization. Year of publication 2019. Again, I will show you one example. Publisher, I meant to say, sorry, author, publication date, author, publication date. This is your in-text citation. And this is your bibliography. This is title, title, Business Dictionary, because there is no author. This guy took definition from Business Dictionary. So Business Dictionary is title, 2019 is publication date, and J he's writing because he's using this website. I think A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. 10th time he's using this website. That's why he's writing J. Okay, words and the title is Worst Best Analysis, Definition and Meaning Online. Access at dash. It's quite simple. So in the same way you will also do. So I'm just concluding 2 days session. I will share the hardware referencing system file with you and also my RAP part 1 notes. what you have to do until we begin the next class, you have to complete your part 1, introduction page, table of contents you have to prepare in exactly the same format which I'm giving you. I mentioned the exact same contents you have to write, but format will be the same as per the sample which I shared with you guys. What happened? Why it's not going? Okay. Then in part one you have to complete. How have you? In which manner you have to complete? What you have to write? All things I already discussed in these notes and the samples I have already shared with you guys. Apart from Albert, which I'm going to share with Ahmed Khwaja and Rizwan, I will share later. Okay, guys, thank you. So, inshallah, I will meet with you guys in our next session. And if you have any concern, you can unmute yourself and you can ask me directly now.
Thank you very much, sir, for the session.
Yeah,
It's
Foreigner,
been quite
sorry,
informative.
Foreigner, sorry, I wasn't able to speak that much because of pain in my tongue. Since 2 hours I'm speaking, that's why. Yeah, tell me. You're
Thank you
fine.
very much for this
Yeah,
the session, sir.
yeah,
So
Foreigner.
we are going to. I'm going to start right away. So
Yeah,
start working the project.
this pie chart and bar graph for industry introduction I will share with you possibly tomorrow because it's already 12 p.m. now here in KSA. I'm quite tired now.
No
Okay.
problem. What about the Harvard referencing and the lecture you will share tomorrow?
This recording is I think you can access through Skype. I will share now. I will share this recording in Skype.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So it will be for your record. You can refer to my recording again and again, and I will also share the notes. I will share the notes right away now, and also for Harvard referencing and for part 1 I will share this video recording. I will also share with you, and okay, I will also share this pie chart. But I think I share with you the samples. No, in that sample, this chart and bar graph are there. Just check.
Okay, I will check.
Regarding this part 1 notes and this Harvard referencing, I will share with you now, and also with Albert. Okay. Okay, Ferdinand, thank you. And
Thank, thank you, sir.
okay, and Rizwan, you need to say anything? Rizwan, can you hear me now? Rizwan, I think you need to do. You're not on call with me. Okay, Khwaja Ahmed, you need to say anything to me? Ahmed Khwaja, it look like you also not with me. जी अहमद, अहमद, आप फोन पे हो मेरे साथ?